ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritangamaya avir maiti rudro yatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are now the chapter on the nectar of supreme knowledge. We are trying to revise it in a way what we have read in the chapters. All other chapters, we have read that this wonderful text is a text for seeing the world with a new vision, with a new perspective, to see that it is there or it is not there. It is there, as we see in ignorance, as name and form, but it is not there. But what is there? That is that Brahman is there. I am only misinterpreting the reality, giving a particular specific name and specific form of it. And that is binding us into the world and worldliness. We are suffering so much. Pleasure, pain, and all the dualities are affecting our life. So the very first chapter in this grandeur of this Yoga Vasishtha Sara, the verses collected where first chapter is detachment. So the way to get out of this to detach from that which is momentary, that which is illusory, that which is changeful, and to see that there is that one reality which is unchanging. So the first, everyone should practice this first chapter about detachment or vairagya, the foundation of spiritual life itself. We read this today in the Narada Bhakti Sutra, the Narada's way of love. It is the detachment, it is the renunciation, it is the tyago, sangat tyago, vishayat tyago, 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 tyago. But how it will do, if I look at the world, it is so much interesting to us. How can I detach? Well, let's analyze that unreal nature of the universe. Look at everything with a critical eye and see how momentary, how temporary, how changeful is this reality. So, analyze that nature of the universe. The universe, nature in the name and form, is not permanent, it is only changeful substance, and it is unreal. So, will you like to hang on to the unreal or you want to the real? Therefore, analyzing that, go on to self-knowledge, to go to the knowledge, tattva jnana. Then say it is not this, but I am this. Negation and applying positively what I am not, what I am. So I am not. That is more important because I am so intrigued into the body, mind, and the universe I see. So it is said, that's why detach, analyze, second chapter. Third, they say self-knowledge, attain to self-knowledge, tattva jnana. But how the tattva jnana will come, though I say, but it does not, my mind does not agree. Therefore, the last chapter we read, you dissolve your mind. Your mind is the question which is explaining everything to you. Even the sweetest thing, your mind explains bitter, you take it bitter. Bitterest thing explain you, your mind explains it is good. So people run after that. So this is the condition of the mind. So the dissolution of that mind. This mind, which is always giving wrong interpretation, so to get out of this, dissolve this mind. Dissolve means if you dissolve salt, salt dissolves into water. Do you find the salt anymore? No, it is gone. That type of dissolution. Let the mind just blend into Brahman. That the mind characteristic, the salt, the sample of the salt or this, what you call the salt square or block, right? That if it is some solid thing, put into the Brahman and let it dissolve there. And let it be lost. We don't find the salt anymore. Of course, this example is partial because you dissolve into the salt, then every bit of the salt will be salty. Huh? But here, mind will lose its characteristic, it will take the characteristic of Brahman. Therefore, dissolution of the mind was the fourth chapter. And fifth chapter also he did. That don't think that you can manage only by superficially dissolving the mind. You may have done something on the surface. How many of us can do that? Even suppose you have done that superficially, that you have done something, but there is underground bubbles. Subconscious is full of old, as in the old junk, what we collect in our rooms. No, you see how go to everyone's room and find out. You can superficially clean it, and put the things under the carpet. No, sometimes happens like that. No, you put that under the what is called carpet. Many people cleaning the room is quickly finishing that all as put into the one closet. That is a nasty closet. Everything is there. So superficially you may say, I am meditating, I am trying to control. But yes, garbage is here. Second point, that was the destruction of the garbage of this life or other life, life after life, which has been stored into subconscious. All the animalistic nature, cat nature, dog nature, they are good, better. Rather serpent nature, snake nature, then the scorpion nature, dinosaur nature. So all this devilish nature, all are hidden here. All of us have a storehouse, and there is infinite storehouse. So you have to work on that. That's why next step is to dissolution of or destruction of the latent impression. Superficial cleanliness and house is clean. There is a story. The one Swami Sarvadevananda, he used to come every year here. He was Swami Shivananda Maharaj's disciple, head of our Sacramento Center. And he used to go to one devotee's house. He went, and she said that, and he was saying, I'll see how clean you keep your home. Okay, Swami, you cannot find a spotless, you will find everywhere. Okay. So he went and actually saw everything clean and tip top. And he just intuitively opened one closet. All the dirty, nasty things are closed. This is your cleaning. We sometimes try to smooth superficial cleaning. Even we are coming to temple or meditating and then going, the superficial, we are trying to do that. Even you can succeed something. But to take care of the subconscious, unconscious mind, that is all bundle is there. That's why spiritual life is not external activity. It is more of internal activity. And internal, every inch is difficult, very difficult to penetrate. Superficially, it is one day's excitement is one thing. But to be a spiritual, it needs hard work, harder work, because subconscious is filthy. How many life source colors are there? We do not know. And what will come up at any moment, you do not know. So that's why we discussed in the fifth chapter that destruction of the latent impressions, vasana, upashama, prakarana. Now, today we'll study. Now, vasana, what is the way to get out of the vasana also? There is no other in Vedanta, there is no other good sadhana. Huh? You need not have to do pranayama, you need not have to do exercise, you need not have to do headstand, nothing. Vedanta says day and night analyze. You are Atman. So this chapter contemplate on the self. How the subconscious mind will be clean. Superficial mind, surface mind, also I am Atman. That knowledge, bring it. Go on, dive deep. Dive deep into the subconscious. How? By your knowledge that you are not the body, not the mind, you are the Atman. So the fifth chapter, sixth chapter, today's reading, that it is a contemplation of the self again. And Atma Manana. Manana is reflection. Reflect. We are reading this book. We have read enough. Take one verse and contemplate. Reflect on how that I am Atman, how I am the witness, how this visible universe is not true. Analyze, and go back to the Atman. And then we'll also read the next chapter, the ascertaining the means of purification. Again, a little description of how to Shuddhi. Shuddhi means purification of the mind. That purification, what is the way, that will be discussed in the chapter 7. These two chapters are not big chapters. Sixth chapter has only 10 verses, and the seventh has 15 verses. We shall try to read these two verses today, two chapters today. So contemplation on the self is the sixth chapter, is page 210. The self contemplation is resolved in this chapter. What you have to very first verse is very powerful. It says, Shuddha Niranjano Ananta Bodho Ham Prakite Para Cheshtamano Imang Dehang Pashyami Anna Shariravat. They have developed so much, they have dealt with the subconscious, and now the mind has become so pure. What is thinking? I am Shuddha. It's feeling, contemplating on that, I am Shuddha, pure. This concept of this body and this filthiness and this mind and this ugliness and intellect and this crookedness all have been cleaned a little bit here. And that spontaneously thought is coming, I am Shuddha, Niranjana, without any touch of blemish, spotless, and infinite consciousness, Ananta, Bodha, I am the consciousness. Not that consciousness which is restricted to my emotions and body and eating and sleeping. Not that consciousness. There's cosmic consciousness. So I am that infinite consciousness. And I am beyond Maya. Due to the unreal and illusory relationship with my body and in the public view, I seem to be engaged in different activities. But I see this body as separate like someone else. I see that because of the previous practices which has been said up to chapter 5, now it is saying that you contemplate, reflect upon it much deeply, and I am Shuddha, I am Niranjana, spotless, I free from all blemish, I am infinite consciousness. Just sit for some time and go on reflecting on that, and that will dive deep into the subconscious, and it will clean all every nooks and corners of it. Second verse says, oh, this unreal mind, intellect, and sense organs, and the like, which are subject to immediate destruction by the direct experience of Brahman, appear to be real due to even a slight lack of mindfulness. Mindfulness that it is all Brahman, I am Atman, I am pure, not the body. If you lose your mindfulness on this point, as we do whole day, from morning till now, we talk big things, but we are living in the mind of this world reality. Mind is full with world reality, not body. So on this real world which we are feeling, with the because of the lack of mindfulness, it is Brahman, but I cannot see that. But that is the direct experience when it comes. We'll see that this mind which is so important to me, it is unreal. And the intellect which I so much depend upon, my understanding, I understand, huh? It is so fickle, so meaningless, because today's understanding is tomorrow's. Uh, Yesterday, all the scientists who are in the early days, they are now obsolete. New theories are coming, new revelation is happening. It will also be again changing into something again new as science moves further. But this intellect is giving some concept that I am such and such, I understand this. Our sense organs are giving this idea, I perceive this, I saw this, which are subject to immediate destruction. It is always changing. It is not true, but it can go away by direct experience. I am Brahman with that. So always should be mindful. That's the point. One should be in spiritual life, in Vedanta life. Should be always mindful. Mindful why? It is lack of mindfulness. It's called pramada. It is somewhere placed in the Bhagavad Gita. Pramada. Pramad means forgetfulness. Forgetfulness for what? Forgetfulness of our divine nature. That is the worst thing in life to take away from our spiritual dignity. Third verse on page 213 or 214 we can say. Since I am undistracted or stable-minded when I am in distress or face suffering, and I am a friend of the world, meaning benevolent to the whole universe at the time of prosperity, I am free from bhava and abhava, meaning being bereft of gain or loss, growth and decay. Therefore, I do not have any delight or sadness, and I always remain free from sorrow. So it is achievement. This is the contemplation on the self. What is the self? Because of my attainment of that knowledge, working with the subconscious, working on the surface and the subconscious. So I am reaching a state of stability of the mind. When I am in distress or I am facing suffering, I am free from both its opposites. Gain or loss does not make anything to me. Growth and decay does not make any difference, whether it is growing or it is decaying. I do not have any delight or in sadness. We are involved in, we are sad when things are happening outside bad. We are elated when things are happening up to my mind. Mind is saying, haha, then I am happy. I am now reached a state, working on the subconscious, thinking of myself, that I am not bothered about those things. Fourth verse. These are verses for meditation more. One can sit quietly and work on that and go dive deep into the state. So the subconscious, cleaning of the subconscious. One has done something. It is the end result of cleaning your garbage. So it is cleaning the dirt of the under the carpet. Nirihosmi, nirashosmi, khavat sastosmi nispriyo. Think. What do you think? I am niriha. I am free from any effort regarding any worldly matters. In worldly matters, I am as a duty, it comes to me, I do it. I am not very much attached to it. I don't feel that I have to do it. Neither I am resenting from it. Not holding on, not resenting. Neither the thirst, nirasosmi. I am free from thirst for sense enjoyment. I have no asa. I don't expect, oh, this I am to grab. I have not eaten this, I will have to eat. I have not seen that, I will have to see. I have not heard that, I will have to go. Everything is accomplished. because it is the fullness is here. Established in the self or pure like the sky, I now feel I am like that. This is meditation. Sit and think. I am needy here. I am effortless. Anything comes, I am the watch observer. I have no attachment to run after things. Niriyo, nirashi, then thirst for hankering for the objects of the thing. Because these are all bondage. I am free from that by contemplating on my real nature. I'm established in the self. I'm pure like that of the sky. Think that I'm pure like the infinite sky. And one moment you think your mind will be so uplifted. Feel that I am like the sky. Infinite number of clouds come and go around, this, that. So much of bonfire is happening. Upheaval of the ocean is coming. Sky remains calm and serene. In the sky, the earth is moving. This swelling of the ocean is going on. Stars are coming, collapsing, going in. The sky is like infinite, unchanging. Just think for a moment. You will feel that who are you? So that is the practice here. Shantosmi. I am calm and tranquil. I have nothing can disturb me. Disinterested in objects of color, taste, and so forth. And that's therefore I have everlasting life. So now this is my life. Not this is not the life. In this life I am living now. It is a slave, life of a slave, chained like this. You are shackled like this. With the whole world can just make you a slave and then can put you to down and down. But think you are sky, you're open like the sky, you're pure like that infinity. So think this is the noblest thing the Indian sages have given to the whole world, a gift, that how to think what is your real nature, which is my real nature. This is a fake thing, and I am happy with the fake, and I hold on to the fake, and I beat the drum of the fake, and the whole world is like that. But this is the point of freedom. So, therefore, I have everlasting life, or I am non-destructible, immovable, free from all types of restlessness. Fifth verse. Now, I have come to realize, what I have come to realize? Chideva panchabhutani, chideva bhuvanatrayam. My vision has changed. This whole universe is made of 5 elements, we know. What are they? Khiti, Op, Kshiti, Op, Tej, Marut, Bam. Earth, Op, water, Teja, light, heat, air, and space. Nothing, this whole universe is created by these 5 elements. In the beginning, I say it is made of 5 elements. I don't like it. Now, my experience when I have cleaned my conscious superficial mind, cleaned my subconscious mind by constant thinking, what I am seeing, there is no air, water, fire, earth, space. It is all Brahman, all Brahman. It is all Chideva, it is all consciousness. It is vibrant with consciousness. The flow of consciousness is nothing but the flow of oneness, one absolute consciousness. Chit, Eva. Eva means only that consciousness and consciousness alone. Chideva, Panchabhutani. Bhuvanatrayam, this earth, the interspace, the heaven and heavenly abode, these 3 planes of existence. It is nothing, there is no 3. It is all Chit, Eva, flow of consciousness, here and there and there. Our Swami Sarvadevananda's topic. How he spoke differently, but it can be applied here. Vigyata madhuna samyak ahamiva chidevacha. I now know that I am that Chida. I am that consciousness. See? When all duality collapses, the earth, air, water, fire we see day and night, the realized person will have a new view. Or we can also apply that. When you see the water, you think, I am seeing the Brahman in the form of water. I am singing that, touching the air. It is touch, it is not air, it is Brahman touching me. In the Upanishad also, other Upanishad, it gives this idea. Sun's rays, heat, touch your skin, you think the Brahman is touching you. Atman, it is touch of the Atman. Because it is nothing but Atman there. It is nothing but consciousness. Sat Chit Ananda, nothing but that reality. Chideva Panchabhutani, Chideva Bhuvanatrayam, Vijñātam Adhuna Samma. I have perfectly understood this. Aham eva Chideva. And I also understand. This I is also Chit. This is Chit, this is Chit. Whatever you see, that is Chit. See, meditate for 5 minutes, see, your transformation comes. You become a different person. That's why spirituality is called the transformation of your personality. You will remain outwardly the same person. Photograph is taken, you will look like the same. But internal transformation will happen. Your concept of the world will change. That's what I am thinking. How foolishly I look at these things so many years. But it is true. That is consciousness. I'm touching consciousness. This is consciousness. Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Havi, Brahma Agni, Brahma Tena Gantabha. We're chanting every day before eating. We think it is a pranam mantra. I am doing pranam. Whom you are pranaming? It is you. Everything is you. So that is the highest concept to be thought over. That's why Swami Vivekananda gave this mantra for our before eating time. One day he was eating and he suddenly chanted this mantra. No? That became our mantra for our eating. Before eating, we chant this mantra. Why? It is not chanting the Gita mantra, but to think that what you are eating, don't think that it is only the rice, potato, dal, this, that. It is the Brahman. What the hand you are putting, fork you are touching, it is Brahman. Putting in, here is Brahman. The fire which consumes it, it is Brahman. Everything is Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. This concept, that is, see, this what we are reading in the 6th chapter, every day in our Vedanta practice, in the eating time, we chant that but don't know the meaning and don't think at all. That's a chanting to be done, chanting, and then you start eating. But this is the thought, we have to live in this thought. Then you feel, where is your world? World is full of joy. No? It's all one. That is more austerity. Do you know? These are more important things rather than going to Himalayas and doing some austerity. Some is putting the hand up. I have seen some sadhus. They call Urdha Bahu. Their Bahu means hand is Urdha. Always holding like that. Austerity. And that hand has become emaciated like, because blood circulation does not go. And they have grown nail like carding like that. Yes, that can be done easily. But this cannot be done. I am Atman, I am Brahman. Everything is Brahman. I see Brahman. It is nothing but Brahman. The same Chidananda consciousness. It is all consciousness. It is all that absolute. And I am. That's my dignity. That's my real nature. Not this idiotic body-mind identity which I am living day and night and crying and weeping and sobbing with this nasty nonsense thing. That's why this is like mother. This scripture is like mother. We don't want to eat. Mom says, hey, come, eat. And then putting in the mouth. And children sometimes throw away. It is our situation like that. This highest food, greatest, delicious spiritual meal is mother scripture is giving. We take it and go away. But we take something. You say, oh, what did you say? What is this? That which we are very serious about that. Oh, you are talking about me? Huh? So that's very serious. And this beautiful message is coming to absorb, to sink into it, and to live in that consciousness. Life of freedom. That is called the life of freedom. So that is this 5th verse is very interesting. And you say, who are you? 6 verses. Sarvatita sarvagamya khamiva aham eva ayang stitam jat tadasmi tadevasmi bhaktung shaknomi netarat. I cannot say who am I. I am infinite. Sarvatita. I am beyond all dualities. Anything you see, I'm beyond that, more than that. Verily, this is the perspective that I exist alone. There is nothing but that big I. It's all pervading, beyond everything. It is like space. Space is also a wrong example. I am not space, more than space. Space is a physical thing, it has its limitation, even in physical space. But I am beyond that. So you think, what is our real nature? How big it can be? How profound is this? And that's why that's why Jivan Mukti, that is the goal of human life. Vedanta teaches that, attain to that. Otherwise, our life is worthless. It is just a slavery, life of slavery, and crying and weeping and dying, and again coming and weeping and dying. It will endless chain of going and coming. Whatever I am is verily Brahman, and that very Brahman is me alone, capital M. I am incapable of speaking anything more than this. This experience is saying, I cannot say anything more than that. Every day, do you meditate like that? Just think, I cannot tell who am I. I am beyond this space. I am beyond what is all pervaded existence. I am the only reality. There is nothing else. Who, who will take this as serious study? 7th verse on page 218. It is indeed astounding that in me, who is of the nature of an infinite ocean of consciousness, all these are coming as waves and in the form of individuals spontaneously rising, conducting various activities and remaining in me and again dissolving in me alone. Here is a mistake. 2M is smaller m. It should be capital M. 218 page. Remember. So it says, this is in I am the infinite ocean of consciousness. In me, this world is bubbling up. Like look at the Pacific Ocean or Atlantic Ocean. Infinite number of bubbles and ripples are coming. But on the ocean, I am the ocean in which the stars and galaxies, millions, billions, trillions, and microscopic in microwave to the biggest what you call stars, galaxies, all are like bubbles in my divine nature. My God, your head will reel after 5 minutes. That's why Vedanta is good, but also not good. Why? If you have no background, this type of thought, you do 5-10 minutes, half an hour, or 1 hour, then next day you will find the reaction is coming, your head is reeling. You cannot go up to that, no? Because your mind nerves are not ready. That's why everyday prayer, praying to God, meditating a little bit, praying and singing and doing all the reading good scripture to prepare our stability, mental stability, strong and stronger and stronger. Then this will be. That's why this book is good. We can study, but a very restricted and very concentrated, focused life is necessary. It is not for superficial, what you call, say, what you call shopping. What is shopping? Window shopping. It is not window shopping. Window shopping will not give this. And no window can give you. It is your own window. Sit here and get it. Here you get it. And anyone can take the other path. Yeah, it will take. We can go around beating the bush around, no, not touching the major issue. Major issue is to how to improve ourselves, how to know who I am really. That I is so big that the whole world, all the scriptures fail to describe me. The Upanishads fail to describe me, my real big M. I am so big. And the stars and galaxies all are bubbles and ripples in the ocean of my real nature consciousness. Think for several seconds. And you see, your all drowsiness will go away. Sleep will go away. Charged with spirit, charged with power. 8th verse, again, it's a beautiful verse. Yes, I like this type of verse. 8th verse on page 219. Mai ananta chiram bodhau vishwavichi adi kalpana udeti ma astamaya tu name vriddhir name kshaya. In my divine consciousness, Mai ananta, this is infinite, chit, ambudhi, ocean of consciousness. In me, which is the infinite unfathomable expanse of consciousness, Ambudhi, Vishwabichi, this earth, these planets, they are all coming out like bubbles. Udeti, sometimes coming, sometimes sinking, sometimes dropping, again coming. This whole play of the world is going on. Nothing I lose, nothing I gain by this. But in our day-to-day life, how we are lost, we gain with little smile, we gain. With little frowning face, we die. This is a we. But this is the we. The whole world comes and drops into nothingness. What's that to me? What's that Pacific Ocean? How big one wave came and how big one wave subsided. What does it mean? Billions of waves have come, billions have just dropped into the ocean. What is that to the ocean? And you are that ocean. I am that ocean. That is the idea again. I do not gain or lose anything, no matter how many imaginary waves in the form of samsara may arise or dissolve at will in me, who is of the nature of infinite ocean of knowledge. Even 9th verse also repeats the same idea. Madagyanoditam vishang mayevotlayamagatam. Mad agyanam. Because of my ignorance, this world has come up and it is terrifying for me, Mayevotlayamagatam. And at the end, this will again dissolve into me, my divine me, not this me. Aham aparaksha chidanand. I am. Aparaksha means it is direct that. I am directly that Satchidananda. Not I am your soul Lord. This is not, this Vedanta. I am that. There is no God. That's why Swamiji says Vedanta dethrones God. God has no position here. God's source is I. God is an expression of the infinite. But I am that infinite. That's why this book is, as I say, not for ordinary students. But still, we should read this book to know what one human spiritual practitioner can reach, where one can stand ultimately. In this ignorant state, we say that it is impossible, but there are people who have raised there and lived in that consciousness. Ramakrishna used to live in that consciousness now, all the time, living in the world, apparently, and then all the time beyond. So, only due to ignorance about my real self capital has this universe dawned in me and again gotten dissolved in me alone. Now I have become the empire of consciousness. I have become the empire of consciousness, the bliss of immediate experience, and the king of kings. 10th verse, I offer my salutation again and again, verily to whom? To myself. What is myself? Big M, my real mind. So I offer my salutation not to this God, this goddess, this goddess. These are only expression of that real Satchidananda Brahman. And that is my real nature, my M capital, my. No. And I offer my salutation who is the indweller of every created being. That me, that real me consciousness is the indweller of all, the whole universe. Because H2O, that is the constituent of all the waves, ripples, bubbles. There is nothing but H2O. I am that H2O. That in me, everything is bubbling up. Everything is settling down. It's all expression of my real divine me. Is of the essential nature, ever free, embodied knowledge, and of the form of inmost consciousness in individual. So these are the powerful atom bombs of Vedanta. Hmm? They're a powerful bomb, but not to us. If there are some people who have practiced long Vedanta, no, his body will be thrilled with joy. Baba, what they're talking. It's reminding you of your home. Sometimes you have forgotten your home, and someone comes, reminds you, hey, you are like a beggar here, go. What is there? You have that palatial building, you have that bank account, you have that treasury, you have that house. What are you doing here? Then you say, no, 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 I am a mad guy, I am a poor guy. Hey, go, don't think that you are that. Go back to your home. And beating or whatever way, or threatening or whatever way, loving or whatever way, when he regains his consciousness, oh, I am the king. I didn't know that I was the king. And I'm begging to my own kingdom to a beggar, where I am the boss and I'm begging to the beggars. In this world, we are not begging. We are beggars, worse than beggars. We are slaves. We've forgotten that what we are and how we are behaving. So this is the chapter of 11 verses, 10 verses of the 6th chapter. And now I will also go to the 7th verse, which has 15 verses. Now, this is again and again it will rotate. Yeah. So this is your real kingdom. This is your own home. This is your asset. You are the owner of this. Now, again, still we'll say, yeah, yes, you say all this, but there is a word always in the question, no? I am Atman, I am Brahman. And then at the end of that session, people will repeat, but, as I also say, but, I say all this Brahman, Atman, but I am like this, I have my this. Again, you go to the old rut. That is the Maya. So, 7th chapter, this, they again pay attention to the means, ascertaining, first ascertain what is the means to purification. There are hundreds of ways, but you decide the path of purification. What will be that? Again, we may have talked about the same thing, but we will repeat the same idea. Vedanta, all the time talking about roundabout. You are that, and then you are down, then you have to purify the mind. Again, you no, I am pure. And then again, you fall into the ditch. Again, no, it is not me. Like that is the struggle. So this chapter is called ascertaining the means of purification. Okay, so what it says? Now, dear O Raghava, means Rama, you roam around the world, being free from effort inwardly, while apparently engaging outside. Now, you have gone to this type of experience. But how will you live in the world? You live in the world like anyone lives. But inner, we all live with attachment, with fear, with anxiety, with crying and weeping. But you will live now around the world like a free soul. And you have internally, I have nothing to gain, I have nothing to lose. I don't care for anything. I don't want anything. I am saturated to myself. But outwardly, when you behave in the world, behave as others behave. That's why inwardly, you will be free from effort inwardly, while apparently energetic outside. You are a ruler, you are a king, you have to rule the country, you have to fight with Ravana. These are outward, but keep your inward wisdom this way, keeping the strong conviction that I do not non-doership, I don't do anything within outwardly. And outwardly, people will see that he is doing, but inwardly, in our order, look at our Ramakrishna order. We are proud to see such Brahmagyanis. They are outwardly doing tremendous work, but inwardly they are doing nothing. That's why they have got so much energy. We do little thing, we get exhausted because our energy is limited. But they remain in the store of infinite energy. Internally, I don't do anything, I don't need anything. I am that Satchidananda consciousness. But outside, as I have the body, I am working in the world. I am eating, I am sleeping, I am talking, I am doing my duties, whatever outwardly it appears. But internally, they are pure. Only our problem is, or internally we get involved, externally we are involved. They are internally not involved with anything but God and Atman, and externally they do their duties to show us the state of Jivan Mukti. Second verse also same. You roam around in this world, performing all types of actions, being inwardly free from all types of hankering, bereft of longing for all worldly objects, and void of all desires. You live in the world, but how to live? And it is no more a question because you have dissolved your superficial mind's all vagaries, as also the subconscious mind has been cleaned, and you have established yourself in the knowledge that you are the only absolute consciousness which you are seeing, which is here, which the planes of existence, this earth, heaven, and everything is saturated with that. Understood? Now, after that, you come back and live in the world like a knower of truth, internally perfectly peaceful. We read the Sthita Pragya science in the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. That state, internally perfectly free, no anxiety, no worries, nothing to lose, but externally performing all the duties as like ordinary person. So most of the time, that's why the Brahmaganis are very difficult to understand because they behave like us, they talk like us, they get angry like us, they fight with us. Rama went with a weapon and fought. But have you seen the Rama movie? See the face of Rama. Huh? When we are fighting with somebody, how becomes our face? Ugly face. Anger, full of anger and reaction. When Rama is putting the arrow, see, face is beaming with joy. Internal peace and tranquility is coming out. External duty is being performed. That will happen. This chapter indicates that state. Therefore, O Rama, again, verse number 3 on page 225, O Rama, roam around the world, being established in your real self as a Jivan Mukta, accepting such a total vision of knowledge, whose supreme majesty is the renunciation of worldly worries. Worldly worries is the supreme problem for us. All worries will go away. Live in that worry-less state of your being. What a joyful state. You live in the world, no anxiety, nothing to lose, nothing to gain, and your own freedom move around. Externally, you do the duties. People say that he is like us. He acts, reacts, angry, loving, caring, disturbing. All these things you will see, they are externally, but internally he is totally poised in. Fourth verse says, Eko Vishuddha Bodho Ahamiti Nishchaya Bannina. Stay alone in bliss internally, burning the dense forest of knowledge, all types of diversity, with the fire of this type of firm conviction that I am one without a second. Extremely pure and of the essential nature of knowledge. So think, I am eternally pure, absolutely true, and free from all types of duality and ignorance. Fifth verse on page 229. I am this body, this type of awareness or body identity is very like a chain and therefore a bondage. You are bound in every way by that alone. Be blissful or be established on the bliss of your own real self, severing the body identity. So you live in the world again without body identity. Let the body be the vehicle. Let your car be there, but don't identify with the car. If anything happens to the car, leave the car, get another car. Or if you don't need, live without car. So this is the point. This is a car. If it does not function anymore, discard, throw away. Be free. This car is meant to take me to my destination. If tomorrow it does not do that, be bold. Okay, let the body go. But people hang on. I want to not to die. I will live. Even in the state that, what you call? Huh? Ventilation. Ventilation for 1 month. But still, no sense. But I want to live. I want to live. This is ignorance. Why am I to live? This body was given for a certain purpose, to travel in the world. And when you have traveled enough, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, I am 80 years almost, not 88, but anyway, this car is giving the service to me. And one day it will slack here and lose here. Okay, discard it, get out. You should be like that. But we cannot. We are bound slave of this body. So get out of this body identity. Live in this world like a free soul. 7th verse. It says, always be of the nature of Brahman, which is your transcendental eternal knowledge, extremely pure in the form, and is beyond the 3 states of waking, dreaming, and deep. Always think that I am Brahman. I am beyond the 3 states, waking, dream, sleep. I am the witness of everything. I am transcendental. I am eternal. I am limitless. I am boundless. So think like that and live in that consciousness. 8th verse. Be neither an object to be perceived, nor the perceiver. Perceiver and perceived. I am the perceiver. I am perceiving this. Go beyond this duality. Renounce all thoughts related to the concept of the perceiver and perceived. In reality, be fully saturated in the attitude in which you are already full. You are already full with Satchidananda, Brahman, meaning be in your own self capital or be in the Brahman form. Don't live in this nasty body form. We have to work with this, but take advantage of it. Feed it well. This is a brother ass. Who is to say brother ass? Christian saint. Brother Lawrence. Is to say brother ass. So brother ass, you feed some good food and strike it so that it runs, takes you to your destination. Feed it. Make it sit for meditation. Do selfless work. Pray to God. This brother ass is for that. If it does not do that, discard that ass. Get it out. This is the statement. Okay. Now 9th verse. On page 232. Do not make any resolution at all to accept or to reject anything. This is a great sadhana for us. It is for a realized soul. We are very much selective. I like this. I dislike this. I reject this. I accept it. Practice every day. Don't be too much into it. Because everywhere we have to learn a state beyond this duality. So, do not make any resolution at all to accept or to reject anything. Remain in your real self, piercing by a desire-free mind. Make your mind desire-free. Because I desire, that's why I say, I like this. I desire, that's why this is up to my desire. Fulfilling my desire, I like it. It does not fulfill my desire, I discard it. I criticize it. I want to find everything wrong with it. Go beyond these two. You will see that your mind is creating your mind's problem, you are projecting on the object. Your mind wants this, that's why you desire for it. Your mind does not want this, you say, I reject it. So correct your mind. Why the mind will say like and dislike? Here is also Brahman, here is also Brahman. Here is also divine, here is also divine. So cultivate that idea. Too much likes and dislikes. Our Swami Shahananda Maharaj used to repeatedly say, it is very bad to have too much likes and dislikes. A little something is in our day-to-day life is okay. But too much likes and dislikes ruins your spiritual character. 10th verse. Being influenced by the body, you become enslaved by the varied experiences of happiness and misery. Is it not? That's our life. Being influenced by the body, you become enslaved. We are slaves. Slaves of hunger, slaves of sleeping, slaves of people's arrogance. Because we are slaves. We have no freedom. We thought that I am the body, I am the mind. So who pleases my body, I am happy with him. Who pleases my mind, I am happy with him. Who does not, then I get mad with him. So don't be enslaved by the varied experience of happiness and misery. But what is the dumb and unconscious body to you? Think, this is a dumb body. It is so long consciousness is attached, this is functioning. No. And the consciousness leaves, then you take to the mortuary. Just I am talking now. If something happens, you call 911 and 911 says, why I cannot resuscitate. Okay, so go, where is the goal? Where is the goal now? Send it to the mortuary. And tomorrow, then third day goes to the cremation. Finish, ashes, gone. So, what is that connection? Unless it is conscious, attached to the consciousness. So, think of that consciousness. 11th verse. Where is this body, which is full of flesh, bone, blood, etc.? Where are you, the embodiment of consciousness? Is there any parallel? You really is the embodiment of bliss and consciousness. And where is this body? It's flesh, blood, and bones. A skeleton. Does it look very good if someone brings a skeleton of a man? Ha ha ha, I love you. Do you hug it? No. See, this is the condition of the body. And this is the condition of yourself, which is ever pure, ever stainless, ever joyful. So analyze this. Even after knowing this, why are you not giving up self-identity with the body? He's telling to Rama, even after that, why are you not giving up the body identity? So if for Rama, for us what? If for Rama is this advice, what will be the advice for us? Our teachers should sit and with a whip. Hey, again body identity. Again body identity. You're Atman, you're Atman. We need a good teacher to awaken our consciousness day and night. Yeah. 12th verse. It says, the knowledge which reminds the body to be like a piece of wood or a clod of clay, by that very knowledge, the Supreme Self, full of effulgence, is realized. So what type of mind is necessary? What type of knowledge? That type of knowledge which reminds us that this body is a piece of wood, like a piece of matter, like robot. There's nothing but a robot. This robotic engineering is, here is the robotic brain is working. God has put it. It does not need any energy from outside, a remote control. But remote control in God's hand probably. But that's why this robot is working. Your robot, this robot, that robot, all the robots are working. But it is a robot. But go to the consciousness which makes every robot function. All the robots are functioning, no? Because of the behind that control point, the consciousness. That very knowledge, the Supreme Self, full of effulgence. Think of that. I am that fully effulgent, self-luminous, real nature of me is this. 13 verse on page 237. When analyzed, it appears very strange that Brahman, which is of the nature of eternal existence, has been verily forgotten. We are from morning till now, we have all forgotten I am Brahman. No. That's why he said, when analyzed, it appears very strange. Really, it appears to us also very strange. Now after reading so much of this Vasishtha Dev's advice, it seems to us, why did I forget that? But it is only 1 second. Just you close the book and then again will be forgetting. Body is everything. Where is this consciousness go? So, how when analyzed, it appears very strange that Brahman, which is the nature of eternal existence, has been totally forgotten, and which is non-existence, at the body shining before us. This is shining before us. The Atman is not there. We don't see Atman. We don't see Brahman. We don't see consciousness. So it is not there. That is the play, fun going on. 14th verse on page 240. It is surprising that people remain forgetful about the Supreme Brahman and all objects related to me, small me and mine. Me, mine. You, thine. Get out. Me, mine. Huh? So it is surprising that people remain forgetful about the Supreme Brahman, which is our real nature, and all objects related to me and mind arising out of ignorance are appearing very powerfully and at the very outset. No, every day it is happening. Millions and billions of people, me and mine, me and mine, me and mine. Today, how many thousands of people died? Huh? COVID? Huh? Asa. So what is that to us? Well, nothing. But me and mine, if it has happened me, oh my God, it has happened to me. And mine, my friend, mine own, and 3,000 people died. That does not bother me. But me, when it's connected with me emotionally in or bodily, then it's a serious affair. So this is called the ignorance. 15 verse, the last part, last one. The introspection on page 241. The introspective reflection that I am Brahman alone confers the result of total liberation. The divisive idea regarding action and the actor is verily ignorance. Therefore, renounce the idea of division. So give up the idea of division. Whatever makes you separate from your real self, get out of it. That is ignorance. So, okay, so whatever we have read, Sam and substance is the same. Every time we talk about that, and every time we start with that discussion, that I am not the body, not the mind, not the self. Ultimately, it comes down, boils down to the same thing. And I am Atman, I am Atman. Talk about that day and night, day and night, day and night. That will clean the superficial mind, and also it will clean the subconscious. No other magical thing. No feather touching. Feather touching is, I'm not criticizing that. Feather touching can give you momentary by a powerful spiritual person. If they really touch you with something, it will have a momentary, but it is not yours. You will feel moment and then gone. But this to be done on one's own effort, day and night. It will not come. Otherwise, this play of this drama will go on, continue, and suffering and pain will remain. So long me and mine, pampering my mind, pampering my emotions, pampering my ego. No, pampering these ideas, what has been given by the Vasishtha to Rama. Day and night thinking will remove our misconception about me and mine. Me will be everything. Mine will be everything, not one. Our mind, me is selective. This is the me, not this one, not that one. And mine, I love, that's my mine. And those are people? No. But when you attain to this consciousness, me and mine, I am everywhere. Mine is everything. There's nothing but me and mine. Same me and mine. It is small me and mine, and really big aim and big mind. No. Yes. Okay, so we end here and we'll read next day. We'll try to make a synopsis of chapter 8. That's also only 11 verse, and 9 chapter, half of that I will take. Okay. Some questions. It is again Ion. Ego from which fear, anxiety, etc. come never goes. How can win over fear? In samsara, I cannot imagine always I am Atman. Then duty can't perform properly because Atman has no duty. You cannot be what you are saying. That is not possible to think in that way. Here, Atman does not mean Atman is everything. Yes, in Atman you can work. We read this afternoon that work through God. eat through God, sleep through God, work through God. You are doing I do. If you are dualist, say I do serve God. I feed God in here. I serve God there. So do it. And fear and ego all will go as we are reading this Vedanta book. It is very simple. That's the only solution. Think of the divine self. I am Atman. I am pure internally and externally. You see, yes, I'm serving the Atman, but I don't understand. My mind is still clouded. That's why I see the duality. But it is the Atman. It is the Atman. Doing what we have read just now to insert those ideas that will help us to go beyond our ego, beyond our fear, beyond our anxiety. Why anxiety comes? Because I have the idea to lose something. What will you lose if you have this idea that body is limited? Body will be lost. Money is limited. It will be lost. Whatever external position that will be limited will be lost. But if my real nature, my real asset is infinite, what to lose? So this is Vedantic idea to think that I am not finished with the body mind, but I am that Atman. Better to use before coming to this Vedanta, we should be bhakta. Love God, pray to God. Oh Lord, I am fearful. Take my fear away. Simple thing. I am very much full of anxiety. Take away my anxiety. Be a devotee like that. Purify your mind. And then you'll give this idea to this flight of Vasishtha advising Rama. That advice will be resonating into our heart. We will have to follow the call of our heart, our competence, for which we are competent. So this is high dose medicine, no? So all the time high dose medicine does not work well. If my body is not fit for that, reaction comes, no? So therefore, what Guru has told, what our practice scriptures has given, following that with the prayer, with meditation, with selfless work, all this and suffering, offering to God, this state of egolessness, fearlessness, anxiety, free life will come. Okay, thank you. Yawning and tears during worship and meditation. What does it mean? Yawning comes when you are tired. That's natural. Give a good sleep to the body. You can give the body, okay, let me go and take a little nap. Say 10 minutes nap. And 10 minutes lie down and feel fresh. Come out. And then yawning will go away. Tears come. That's a good sign. The tears are two types. One, because I am not seeing him. Oh Lord, I have not touched your feet yet. Such higher spiritual emotions, that tear is good. But sometimes emotions, little emotions, when we cannot check it, tear comes. So you have to be controlling your emotions if it is that way. Little emotions means you get with a little something, you may be sensitive. You are sensitive. So there you have to control your emotion so that you can hold on more spiritual energy to come. And the tears when it comes, it may be when it comes to the age of the towards the ear, the eye, what you will say, external side of the eyes, that means near your ears, that side tear comes. That's called the devotional tears. That's very precious. But normally our tear comes towards the nose side. That is emotional. That is not very much to be appreciated. That we cry for any reason. When we cry for any worldly loss, it will be either towards the nose it comes. People say, and it goes up like that. Then you know your spiritual tears are coming. So tears are good, tears are bad, but tears may be there. If you find emotionally you are getting disturbed, then open your eyes and then think something strong thought and go and meditate again.
Tears with yawning is mostly tired.
Tiredness, normally, no, I don't see. Do you feel that tiredness, your tears come? Tiredness, dozing comes. As I feel all the time, head goes, suddenly head goes down. When did it gone? I don't know. Then, but you have a good sleep, rested body, then you can sit strong for some time. So this is physical thing. Take care of the physical side of it. And emotional side is also physical. So if it is emotional, I try to see how the emotion can be checked and elevated for higher reason. Okay, thank you. Is karma sannyas requires more maturity than karma yoga? Oh my God, you are putting me the Gita's question. Gita has chapter. That chapter has karma sannyas and karma yoga. Which is better? Karma sannyas means what you know, you have to understand. Karma sannyas means you give away the karma. You don't do any work. That only the monks can do that. Not Ramakrishna Mission monks, but monks of Indian old traditional monks, they don't get involved into any work because they want to keep the mind continuously 24 hours in this book, this type of thought, day and night. No paki, no excuse. I am dozing up. No, day and night thing. I am that. I am not this. Analyze, analyze. Few people are capable of doing that. No, most of our brain after 1 hour, 2 hour, how after the class sometimes get fatigue. If I continue this class for 2 hours, all will go away. And who are watching on the YouTube, we will also all run away because it's too much strong thought. No, so therefore we are not fit for that to give up totally work. Therefore, it's better karma yoga. Why? My mind I'm utilizing for serving others selflessly. As I'm forgetting myself and thinking of someone suffering, so that is the expansion of my heart is happening. Myself, little self, me, is expanding little bit. When I think of someone's hunger, thirst, odd situation, how to help. When you think of that, my heart spreads there. So karma yoga is much better. Swami Vivekananda has implemented this karma yoga for that reason. We are incapable of doing this Vedantic practice 24 hours. You may do it for a few days, but we are not fit for that. It is not wrong. This is a path. Surely it is a path. But we may not be fit for that. So it needs some preparation to reach this stability. Therefore, if we give up all karma and 24 hours you are given to meditate, no? Or think, I am Atman, I am Brahman. Suppose tomorrow we are all given the opportunity, no work. Last 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, 1 year, only think of this. You will be sitting, discussing day and night 24 hours. Only in between eat something and sleep. How many days we will be able to do that? Therefore, better if we expand your heart by doing selfless work, by thinking I'm serving God, that will be the best. If not, at least I am selfless. I don't expect anything. I'm doing just to help, just to be a little uh, helpful for the person's needs. No, that will gradually make my mind ready for higher, higher, higher things. So I would suggest karma sannyasa is not for ordinary people. Karma yoga is the first step. After doing karma yoga, karma sannyasa, and the renunciation of karma. Karma is given up. Then karma is given up, internal karma starts. Meditation is internal karma. It is karma, is it not? Anything you do is karma. Any thought you think is karma. So you are thinking, that's a karma. You are reading this book, is a karma. You are meditating on these thoughts, it is a karma. You are analyzing your, it is internal karma. So external karma, first you do and do sufficiently and forget your own little self. And then you try to turn it internally. And then that will be the karma yoga to karma sannyasa. And then you give up this and remain that what you are. Again, Baba. Another question. What is your advice to find peace as a new devotee? Oh my God. There's peace means go to God. There is nothing the world can give us. We can get a glimpse of peace, of course. But this world is, because it is of the nature of changing nature, so it cannot give us permanent peace. It cannot. But if we see that it is God's world, if we put God into our equation, then through this world we can find peace. Because don't expect anything. That will be peace. Holy Mother said, my child, if you want peace, my child, don't see fault with others. This is Holy Mother's suggestion, Holy Mother Sarvadevananda. Very simple. You want peace, then don't see fault with others. Huh? No one is stranger. She's bringing Vedanta next. Don't see fault with others, the first step. There will be fault, but don't focus on that. Second point, no one is stranger, my child. You think that he is my enemy, she is my friend, or whatever. No one is stranger. Make the whole world your own. It is your own. It is your family, your brother, your sister. If you can do that, perfect. Perfect peace. So, to find peace in world is to be free from our desires. But we cannot give up desires. We should have legitimate desires. But legitimate desires, even if you want, there may be some obstacle. But that time to pray to God. Go to God. God is the source of peace. Read good books. World is very difficult area. You will be. You are a good person, you will be criticized. You are a good person, then you will be cheated. You will be demonized. So, but you have to hold on to the feet of God and build up your character. And that is the path. That's the price of spiritual life. Price of spiritual life. So, okay, thank you all for joining, and tomorrow will be Swami Sattvamananda at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock will be meditation.
This one is dead. I think only that one.
Why it is dead?
The battery.
Oh, but you have to do so many things you have to connect. Anyhow, that's done. Nothing can be done now, but you should be careful. If we are giving this response, they are getting, those people who are there, they will not find anything now. Those who are watching and putting the question, they are not getting anything. So here is only 5-6 people or something like that. No, we should be careful to the audience. No. So okay, so you are also not getting, probably you may be in the YouTube. So okay, next time we will put the question. Okay, Swami Sattvamananda will be speaking on meditation tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and tomorrow evening is whose?
Tomorrow is
Gospel class. Myself. Okay, gospel class. Sarvadevananda. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
Suddenly started noting the number.